Dragon Ball is one of the most powerful universes in Shonen, and because of this, even some of the weaker characters, such as Nappa and Saiyan Saga Vegeta, get compared to even the most formidable combatants in other Shonen, such as Naruto and One Piece. Over the years, people have asked the question, what would happen if the Saiyans invaded One Piece? Would One Piece stand victorious, or would the Saiyans completely wipe them out? I'm here to give you guys my objective opinion on the matter, and remember, if you disagree with me, you're wrong. Just kidding, let me know what you guys think would happen in the comments below. And while you're down there, it would be highly appreciated if you subscribe. Early Dragon Ball is relatively easy to scale, as unlike in most shonen, we actually see characters blow up moons and planets. Master Roshi and Piccolo, who are both far weaker than Nappa, let alone Vegeta, were able to vaporize the moon. Vegeta is actually the first character in Dragon Ball that we see blow up an actual planet on his way to Earth. In the anime, King Vegeta, who is said to be weaker than the Vegeta we all know and love even when he was a kid, casually destroys 3 planets with the wave of his hand. Nappa would also not be too far behind King Vegeta. These planets have a good chance of being bigger than the Earth itself, as Earth is called a small planet in Dragon Ball. For Dragon Ball speed scaling, Master Roshi was able to send a Kamehameha wave to the moon fairly fast, using the anime's time frame, which is actually a low ball, since Dragon Ball usually slows down time for viewers in order for them to see what is going on. The beam would be moving at around 10% the speed of light. Roshi admits that he is helpless against King Piccolo, who only has a power level of 260. Nappa completely dwarfs this power level by over 15 times, with a power level of 4,000, putting him at 1.5 times the speed of light. If you calculate how fast Piccolo's special beam cannon destroyed the moon, you would get roughly around the same speed. Vegeta, with a power level of 18,000, will be around 4.5 times faster than the speed of light. The reason I am using power levels to scale speed in Dragon Ball is that because your speed goes up with your power level, as stated by Vegeta and shown with the Kaioken and Super Saiyan multipliers. Can anyone from the One Piece verse really compare to this level of power? Let's take a look. One of the most powerful characters in One Piece, Whitebeard, creates a massive earthquake, completely shifting tectonic plates. To create this level of earthquake, Whitebeard would have to have country level attack potency. Whitebeard does have many statements saying he can destroy the entire world, which many people believe makes him planetary. However, it lacks clarification on whether or not Whitebeard could destroy the planet itself or just destroy the world in the sense that he could destroy civilization. We also don't have a time frame for how long it would take Whitebeard to destroy the world, so the statement may just be saying that Whitebeard can go around from country to country blowing things up until the whole world is completely decimated. The greatest calculation in One Piece comes from the Bajram gun. Calculating the speed and weight of the Bajram gun, it would have to have multi-continental levels of force. However, if you use the anime's depiction of the Bajram gun, it would get as high as small planetary. The manga is the main source material though, so we should use the manga over the anime. The One Piece verse pales in comparison to these Saiyans in terms of power, but One Piece is not known for how hard they hit. What One Piece has going for them is their speed. Even pre-time skip characters are able to consistently dodge light speed attacks, before surpassing the speed many times over, with Luffy's Gear 2nd making him 10 times faster, and Gear 4th making him many times faster than that, with the strongest One Piece characters being massively faster than Gear 4 Luffy when we first got it. I'm going to assume that all the top tiers in One Piece scaled to this level of speed and power, as most top tier characters are implied to be around the same ballpark of strength, as the admirals are supposed to counter the Yonko, and even the commanders aren't supposed to be tear gapped by the Yonko or admirals. Nappa and Vegeta land in the One Piece verse, and let's say that the world government foresaw their arrival with Vegapunk's technology, forcing them to team up with the strongest pirates in the world. The One Piece verse is significantly faster than these early Dragon Ball characters, but they lack the raw power to damage them. Vegeta and Nappa would admittedly get blitzed by the top tiers, such as Mihawk and Shanks, but their strongest attacks will be useless against them. Could they damage these Saiyans with a real Haki maybe? An attack that is stated to start from the inside out? This likely would not work on the two Saiyans, as Dragon Ball characters use Ki to amplify themselves and give them these planetary levels of power. They could also use Ki inside their body to defend their eternal organs, so durability negation, such as Gamma Knife and Ryo Haki, will be useless against these two Saiyans. The Saiyans would likely be shocked by how fast the One Piece characters are and try to fly up in the air, where most of the One Piece characters can't reach them. The Saiyans would then try to blow up a large portion of the planet, so no one can escape the area of effect, no matter how fast they are. Is the One Piece verse completely finished? Thankfully for the One Piece verse, there are some abilities that could damage the Saiyans. We see in Dragon Ball that characters, despite having crazy planetary striking strength, lack in lifting strength, and even struggle with lifting a few tons. Fujitora, who can manipulate gravity to such an insane degree, could prove to be an issue. The Saiyans can withstand gravity stronger than normal to an extent, but Fujitora manipulates gravity to such an insane degree that he can even rip meteors out of outer space. As soon as Fujitora uses his gravity, the Saiyans will be completely immobilized. They wouldn't be damaged because of how durable they are, but they would be stuck. Being completely weighed down would give the Fleet Admiral a chance to land his attack, which would be the One Piece versus Saving Grace. We also see in Dragon Ball that characters are weirdly not heat resistant at all. Broly, who was stated many times to be the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z at the time, the author couldn't even imagine a villain stronger than him yet. Gohan believes that throwing him into a volcano will kill him, and Broly is even forced to use his energy barriers to protect himself from lava. Akainu has magma-based attacks, and can become magma himself, so either Akainu can blitz Nappa and Vegeta and melt their faces off at the start of the fight, or he would do it after Fujitora traps them with gravity. Akainu would be hailed as the savior of One Piece after saving the world from the greatest threat ever. If needed as a last resort, Fujitora could likely trap them in space as well. Saiyans can last in space for a short period of time, but they will eventually die. I really like these kinds of matchups in fiction, where the winner isn't decided by who is stronger or faster, but how their abilities and weaknesses fare against each other. Fujitora isn't as strong as characters like Luffy or Shanks, but his abilities allow him to play a much bigger factor than either of them in this fight. In the end, the One Piece verse reigns victorious over the Saiyans. If the Saiyans wanted to, they could just blow up the planet before landing on it, but that's not what the Saiyans would do in character. They would try to conquer it and use it for themselves. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, I would appreciate it if you liked the video. If you like One Piece content or Dragon Ball content in general, I highly recommend subscribing to get free, easy to access anime content. If you disagree with me and want to talk about it, you can join the Discord below. I always love talking about anime, or you can just join it if you want somewhere to chill. I wish you all the best.